Hi all, you have access to Office 365 through your school accounts. So through here, you can select PowerPoint, which we're going to look at today. I want to show you a couple of tricks and tools that you can use to make your presentations better, because you should be getting a lot of practice in before you present. So we want our new blank presentation, and then PowerPoint will open a blank document. Today, my presentation, I'm going to be talking about communication using PowerPoint tools. And you can see as this is about to, when I hit enter or when I click away, this is all about to shift over here. So now it's going to give me a whole suggestion of different PowerPoints. Something like this is very attractive. However, you can see my letters are having difficulty showing up. So as a result, it's not a good choice. This is very attractive and straightforward. This last one that I'm going to show you, I kind of think is beautiful in a cool art way. However, I can't read this, and what does this have to do with my topic? Leaves have little to do with using PowerPoint, so I want to pick something a little cleaner and a little more professional. So I'm going to go with this. Now, when you log into PowerPoint online, you can see on the right-hand side, there's this Ideas function, and that's what gives me this designer menu on the right-hand side. That's not available on the desktop version. You can always open the desktop app from in here. However, we want to take a look at design. So this is our normal design bar in any type of PowerPoint. We've got our different themes and the variants within a theme. But Design Ideas is a new feature on the right-hand side here that comes from the web version. So that's cool. Now we want to insert a new slide. Well, if I am comparing things, I want to add a comparison slide. So different ways to communicate, and then we're going to have written, and then we're going to have oral. Some of you may have seen a PowerPoint like this before. So it's static, text, can stop and start. Oral, it's quick, direct, interactive. Now, what's going to happen with my designer feature over here? I am going to have the ability to select some new options. So if I click Design Ideas, it's going to generate design ideas that suit this PowerPoint template. Now, there was nothing on the right-hand side because my slide was too text heavy. Let that be a lesson. If Ideas isn't giving you a suggestion, it might be that your slide is heavy in text. Sometimes it's necessary, but it's not good practice. Now, there's two different ways to communicate, written and oral. Let's take a look. And this suggestion, well, that's pretty good, right? It's giving me written and oral. So I have a pen for written. I have a tooth for oral. That's not quite what I'm looking for. So I'm going to go back to this, and I'm going to change this to verbal. To a verbal report. Now when I click, I'm going to probably get an option over here in Ideas that's a little more suitable. Yeah, so written reports and verbal reports. You can see visually how this is more attractive. So this is our design feature, and it suits our topic. We're going to now look at the view option. The view option gives us a rehearse with coach feature, and this means that I can practice my presentation rehearsing from the beginning. I'm going to rehearse my presentation, communication using PowerPoint tools. I'm going to go to my next slide, and I'm going to say there's two different ways that we can communicate. We can communicate through written and verbal expression. Now, I'm going to pause, and I'm going to go back to my PowerPoint, and you can see that it's starting to give me some statistics and data. It will tell me if how long I'm speaking, how many slides I used, how fast I'm talking, pitch, If you know you have a tendency to be monotone or to be very excitable, it's good to pay attention. It says here I have no fillers, but that's only because I was only speaking for 20 seconds. Usually there's here. Your speed over time, so if there's areas where you start to hesitate, then that will pick up. So areas you might need to practice if you're hesitating. Sensitive phrases, so maybe you have accidentally swore because you made a mistake. That would be bad and unprofessional. And likewise, originality. Some people read the slides out loud, and we aren't here to listen to you read a slide. We're here to listen to you present your report. So that's the Rehearse option. It's under the View ribbon on Microsoft 365's The Office Online. So Rehearse with Coach. And you want to do it, of course, from the beginning. Now, once you've got everything set up as you like, you can open this in the desktop app, and this will have a record function. This is a new feature from Office 2019, as you can see here. And when you hit File on the left-hand side, you can click Account, and this will tell you what version of Office you have. So you want to be here 2019. If you have 2019, you can select Options. And when you select Options, you can click Customize Ribbon. And one of the ribbons that is not default set is the Recording ribbon. You want to turn that on. And once you do, you can select Recording, and you can record your slideshow. Once you've recorded your slideshow, you can save it as a show. So if you've been asked to upload your PowerPoint presentation to the Dropbox, that might be an option. Or if you want to export to video, the video can go into the Dropbox, or it can be uploaded to YouTube. So you record from the beginning. One of the nice things, of course, if you record on YouTube, you can control your file. You can share it with whom you like, you can share it with nobody, and of course you can delete it. This isn't ideal. I have a window behind me which is backlighting me, which isn't great lighting. You want it to be indirect, and you also want to be able to see from the waist up. If you read your instructions of your assignments correctly, we want to see you because, as you can see, I'm using my hands, I'm speaking, but all you can see me dancing is in a chair, which is not ideal. As well, if I look at my video down here, I'm not making eye contact with my viewer. So try and get some practice in to get this right. You can see there's a record function in the top left, a stop and replay. There's notes, so if you have notes in your slide, that will show up here to help remind you. And of course, you can clear on all slides that start from scratch or on current slide. We'll come to that in a minute. So I'm going to record once more. Good morning. I'm Sarah Lee Bennett. I'm an instructor of communications at CNAQ, and this morning I would like to tell you about communications using PowerPoint tools. There's something that everyone should remember about PowerPoint. It can be used for good and it can be used for evil. So let's start off by talking about just generally the different ways we communicate. We use written communication for one purpose and verbal communication for another. Written communication is used to keep things frozen in time, to be static, so that we can read, pause, reflect, and read again. Verbal presentations or verbal reporting happens on the fly sometimes. People ask you a question, you're asked to get up and speak on it, or it can be done with great planning and preparation, like a capstone presentation, an end of semester presentation, or in the workplace when you need to present to your colleagues, superiors, or if you ever get in charge with training. All right, just me talking. Now we can look and we can hit stop. So you can see in the right hand, there's me, there's my mic, there's my camera. I can turn my camera preview on and off, so I don't want to be distracted by myself. I'd still be recording though. There's also these other tools if you wanted to highlight as you go. And last but not least, clear. So clear recordings on all slides is an option. And if I go back to my beginning slide, I can clear recording on current slides, so I can get rid of the recording just on this slide. or I could get rid of the recording just on that slide. So if you feel like you made a mistake and you'd like to start over, you have that option. All right, so that is, now we can get out of here. We're almost done. And you can now export to video. I would recommend that you select HD or standard. Smaller sizes move faster. If you want to get high def, by all means. But it does mean that it'll take a little longer for you to upload things. So good luck practicing with this. It's not too difficult. You should have a good time, I think. Good luck.